cryptocurrencies right now are in a state of craziness, but in the light, there is multiple different cryptos, and one of those is Cardano. We're going to be going over all the news on Cardano specifically and show its progression in the limelight of a bear market and what it's doing to build out. Cardano right now is up 13% in 7 days, so seeing quite a bit of traction against the Bitcoin up actually 70% in 30 days. We'll see how this continues. Likely we're going sideways for a while. At least that's my unprofessional opinion in my mom's basement, and there is a lot of news to cover, so let's dive into it. But first, a word from our sponsor. Thank you, NDAX, so much for sponsoring this video. If you want to buy, sell, or trade crypto in Canada, you can do so through NDAX. There's a link down in the description where you get free money for signing up with my link. And also, yeah, this is one of the first places I ever used to buy Cardano. So a great trading platform. I would recommend it. And yeah, they're the sponsor of this video. So go check out the first link down in the description. Now, the news. This is brought to you by myself, obviously in video format, but the original version is a thread by our friend Cardano Whale. So if you want to check it out, it'll also be linked down in the description. Now, first things first, More Finance. This is a protocol building on Cardano. They're building a platform that provides loans with zero interest repayment, courtesy of ADA staking, and no liquidations and indefinite loan terms. They recently presented their new UI and UX preview a while back, and looks pretty solid. And in general, you can go ahead and look at it at preview.yamor.com. But more than that is Cardano TVL, and you've probably seen this a million times on your TL, your timeline. But Cardano TVL is going up a lot, and it's going up fast. 404 million ADA, or about $140 million around there, probably a bit more now at the time of recording this video, is strong and running up into the right trend for ADA going into the ecosystem and being locked. This is kind of where the smart money, or the so-called smart money in crypto, starts paying attention. People see that numbers are going up to the right and they actually want to hop along for the ride. I've seen this in many other places outside of Cardano Twitter. Recently, I've made the jump from not just making Cardano videos, but this has also exposed me to see how people see Cardano from the outside. And a lot of people are mentioning, hey, wait, Cardano actually has a bunch of NFTs. Cardano actually has a bunch of TVL, and it's been going up pretty steadily. Hey, maybe we should check this out. So this is definitely good. This is where the so-called smart money comes in, and seeing this progress upwards and to the right is obviously a good sign for the whole DeFi ecosystem of Cardano. Next up, pretty big announcement is the Cardano node version 1.35.6, introducing dynamic peer-to-peer, which basically optimizes the network, makes it more resilient, and strengthens the overall security of Cardano. People often ask, why Cardano? It's because of things like this, things that keep the network secure. And we want a secure network and a more resilient one. And Cardano is working on core strength while other coins flex their steroids, pumped up biceps. Basically, they're flexing their TVL. They're saying, oh, look how much TVL we have, or oh, look how much transactions per second we have, and then flip the switch and their whole blockchain is off. So this is good. This is a really big upgrade. Been looking forward to it for a while and been kind of thinking, when is it going to come, for a little bit, but it is now here. And it is in action. Plutus Art just launched. This is an NFT marketplace. They have a really nice UI. They're backed by some pretty awesome people who've been in the space for a long time, and they reward user interactions, allowing you to earn staking rewards on listed NFTs and more. Also, Whale, as a disclaimer, he was an early investor in this one and will receive tokens at some point. I myself, not an investor, but I have tried to use it, and it's a pretty awesome platform. However, it is hard to switch when there's other NFT marketplaces with most of the volume, but we'll see things and how they go, as we also see things like Flipper.io, another NFT marketplace with a really nice user interface, and they're out too. So there's a lot of competition brewing. This is a good thing. Yes, it may be hard for a user to navigate right now, but this is going to breed the best of the best, and see who can offer the most to users on Cardano for NFTs, which I'm very glad to see play out as a consumer of NFTs. And Vesper Wallet has launched as well. This is another wallet on Cardano. This is a mobile one specifically. If you're looking for mobile wallets, Flint is also a great option, but Vesper has just launched, and you can check it out soon as a browser extension too. And I've seen some good things about this wallet. It looks pretty solid, and it has easy to use interface if you're just trying to get basic things done or also complex things. Vesper wallet is pretty good. Definitely try it out. If you don't have a mobile wallet yet, start with that one and see how it works for you. But on another note, EN Coins One, or EN Coins, is already on the testnet of Cardano. They're trying to be a Cardano privacy protocol, and they just minted its tokens to have a public testnet. So you can send any amount of ADA around, and only the person with the minting key can redeem it or see its value. It's a pretty cool concept, privacy on Cardano, and it's coming through a protocol, which is always nice to see, as these things aren't always built into the protocol, but they're allowed to be built on top of it. OrcFax is one of the premier Cardano oracles under development. They've open sourced the Cardano Open Oracle Protocol, or COOP, and you should consider staking with them, says Will, to their ISPO for your own benefit, as well as to support Cardano's DeFi as a whole. We do need oracles to stay in business in Cardano. We need things and reliable data feeds, and this is basically what is being built with OrcFax. So pretty awesome. The ISPO is now live. If you want to check that out, it'll be linked in the thread in the description below. And on top of that, we have TeddySwap. This is a Cardano stablecoin DEX publishing a piece of paper about their open source decentralized transaction batcher, Honey Badgers. Also, really nice to see open source code and more open source code. The better the open source code is, and the more open source code we have, the more people can build awesome things. And yes, there may be competition, but competition is very good in the eyes of the consumer, as your experience will be better in the end. Hopefully, that's the ideal. But Cardano Will says, simply awesome to see solutions like this popping up. The brightest minds of Cardano are innovating on core DeFi aspects. And TeddySwap also has a ton of additions to their GitHub. I've seen a proof of GitHub from Cardano, and TeddySwap is usually at the top of it. I don't know how much complete relevance that means, but it has to mean something, at least I think so. On top of this, we have TVL over at ADA Finance has been going through rapidly as fully customizable NFT bonds become a borrowing and lending staple on Cardano. The team recently published its treasury and rumored has a pooled lending V2 in the works, maybe closer than some thinks. I am not invested in this. Whale is invested in this for full transparency. But yeah, pretty interesting stuff. We do see other lending and borrowing markets like liquid finance, as I'll mention right here. But adding JED to liquid finance has been pretty huge. TV on the platform has gone from greater than 21 million ADA and seems to be up into the right, as well as TVL in general on Cardano. And the liquid DAO and LQ rewards seem to be coming shortly as they announce this. I've not been keeping too much track of this, as I've been a little bit out of the loop, but it does seem pretty interesting, and I am excited for that to build on further and the liquid to add even more coins to the protocol. On top of this, CoinMarketCap has added support for Cardano DEX pairs. So now you can go ahead and see right here different Cardano DEX pairs. They have a bunch of different ones on here, and it's nice to see on a platform where I go every day that Cardano is being integrated further. I do really like that. On top of this is support for Cardano, and this is the Exodus wallet adding support for Cardano NFTs, native tokens, and more, which is really nice to see. A big wallet with a lot of users. And on top of that, again, governance. We talked about this so many times before, but discussions around 1694, the CIP, Cardano Improvement Proposal, or Community Improvement Proposal, basically about Cardano governance, are being held, and Hornan of Able Stake Pool just produced this really useful diagram. Summarize it's based on the latest GitHub commit. If you want to check it out, this will be linked down in the description, so you can go ahead and download it. But we're not going to dive into it too much more right now, as we are a little bit pressed for time. This video is going to be long enough already. On top of this, we have the activity for Wing Riders slowly but steadily rising. Yeah, pretty awesome stuff. The more we see 4 different DEXs and all of these lending and borrowing protocols growing, the better. And it's interesting because not only is one lending and borrowing platform growing, or one DEX, but multiple. So not only is the TVL going up, but the pie is getting bigger, and the shares in the pie are also getting bigger, which is interesting to see different DEXs succeeding. And one of my favorite protocols, Indigo Protocol, has added an overview of APR for their stability pools, liquidity pools, and governance staking. Also, their IUSD, or synthetic stablecoin, proved resilient amidst recent USDC depegging, as it was created with a triple peg to not only USDC, but also USDT and TUSD. So it was good. It was fine. They're adding new features and it's going pretty solid over there. And I'm very impressed with everything that Indigo has put together so far. Meld just recently launched their testnet as well. They have a smooth UX and they remove a few rough edges sometimes experienced elsewhere in Cardano DeFi. There's also a Google connection that will be pretty optional, might be ideal for some. I do think that having this mainstream ways of getting into things is a good idea. And seeing it in Cardano is nice because you don't even see it in other blockchains. So good job on Meld for that. On top of that, in terms of NFTs, we have Cornucopias, and they've shown us a sneak peek at a beautiful world they're building for their MMORPG. As you can see below, looks pretty lifelike, looks pretty realistic. Aneta BTC is bringing wrapped Bitcoin to Cardano soon. They've been on this for a while, probably building over a year, I believe now. And this will prove to be another boost for liquidity as we see more people minting the first Cardano Bitcoins or Cardano wrapped Bitcoins that are going to bring, a whole value of a Bitcoin to Cardano's total value locked. On top of this, we also have, as I mentioned earlier, the proof of Cardano. And as you can see here, TeddySwap way, way, way above the list at a crazy amount of reports or pushes to the GitHub. And we also have Lucid, Blockfrost, Mithril, Yoroi, Hydra, Cardano Node, Aiken, Option, and Marlow. A lot of crazy, awesome applications building on Cardano, and a lot of them building frequently. This is just in a week, and there's even more. On top of that, if you're wondering what OP Shindev is, the third one on the list here, which I didn't even know until I read this thread, is this is a platform that allows you to trade Cardano smart contracts in Python. That's not only more accessible to a lot of devs, as most people know Python, but look at these sweet benchmarking results. As you can see here, pretty good. There are also some really good benchmarking results for Aiken, and I myself have been using the Lucid library on a website to import Cardano things and use Cardano on my website. More on that later, but I'm really impressed with Lucid too. So just throwing it out there that I've been using it. And meanwhile, if it's JavaScript that you prefer over Python, then give Helios Lang a follow and a closer link. They recently released a new version. On top of this, we have Leg and Official, bringing the decentralized data storage to Cardano. Will has mentioned this quite a few times. I should probably pay more attention, but they've had their first iteration since October and are now showing some big UI and UX improvements coming soon. Constant updates are really good to see from a project, but that is all for today's thread. I hope you guys enjoyed. I'll see you guys in tomorrow's video. Thank you, Endax, so much for sponsoring this video. Make sure you guys go check out the link down in the description if you're in Canada and you want a awesome cryptocurrency trading platform. I'll see you guys in tomorrow's video. It's me, your friend Jack. Peace.